We have a lot to cover this week. Let me start with Sierra Leone's signature event in the Security Council as president this month. The signature event on Monday discussed the increase of representation of African countries in the Security Council. And here is what President Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone proposed.
Africa demands 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council and 2 additional non-permanent seats, bringing the total number of non-permanent seats to 5. The African Union will choose the African permanent members.
Well, most of the council members voiced their support for better representation of Africa in the Security Council. But how would member states react that Africa is requesting 7 seats in the council, including 2 permanent ones? I asked President Bio himself. You have a very bold suggestion for the reform of Security Council, including 2 permanent seats and 2 non-permanent seats, and also ask P5 to abandon their veto rights. How much confidence do you have that this proposal will be processed in the UN? Thank you.
If member states want to retain it, it should be extended to all permanent members. And we want to be, Africa deserves a place to be a permanent member of the Security Council. And confidence, we are sure. It's a matter of time. Of course, the gatekeepers will find it difficult to let us in. But as you can see, there is already willingness.
There's a long way to go to get there, but the path was chosen not because it's easy, but it's right. Second, the past 2 weeks, we saw the incursion of Ukraine military into Russia's Kursk region. We continuously asked the spokesperson on UN's position, and here is what we have. I know I asked you this question several times. Now, does the UN have any on-location or on-site team to confirm what happened there?
We are not on location in that part of the Russian Federation. What I can say is that we continue to closely monitor developments and reported attacks along the Ukraine-Russia border, including in the Kursk region of the Russian Federation. We reiterate our call for all concerned to act responsibly and ensure the protection of civilians. And we further reiterate the Secretary General's call on all parties to prevent further escalation.
One last thing. This Tuesday, Security Council held an emergency meeting on the attack on Al-Bain school in Gaza City. The session was requested by Algerian mission. Algerian Ambassador Amar Benjama asked the Council to use all tools to stop the fighting, including sanctions.
Our Council must and now fulfill its responsibilities and honor its commitment. Its responsibility to hold the occupying power accountable using all legal means, including sanction mechanism.
Will other members agree? I asked Sierra Leone Foreign Minister Timothy Kaba. Does Sierra Leone support to use sanction mechanism so far?
If the United Nations Security Council comes up with the proposal for sanctions to be slammed, and if it meets our principal consideration as a country, we will support. But if it is not holistic to bring the conflict to an end and to alleviate the suffering of the poor Palestinian people, and then we will look into that. But I'm very sure the Council is up to the task to ensure that measures are taken to stop the carnage that is going on there.
The most dramatic part of the session was the statements by both Palestinian and Israeli ambassadors. Ambassador Mansour of Palestine asked 6 what-ifs.
Do you ever think, what if you were born in Gaza? What if the prisoner raped was your son? What if the children starving to death were your own? What if that woman killed was your daughter or your wife? What if the disease was riddling the body of your mother, your grandmother? What if that family that was blown into pieces or burned to death was yours?
And the Israeli ambassador Gilad Erdan, in his departure speech, called Israel the most moral country in the world.
I have been immensely proud to represent my country here, the most moral country in the world, the most moral country in the world. You listen, Palestinian representative, in this warped place. I hope one day you will also see the bias and perversion of morality here, and I pray that you will see the truth. The terrorist organization that this guy represents here and tyrannical regimes should be condemned, not protected, and that Israel should be praised. We are today the vanguard of civilization.
When Algerian representative responded his statement, Ambassador Erdan left the chamber. It's quite a dramatic scene there. Well, before we go, I just want to show you how diplomats react to some questions they just don't want to answer. Watch. What do you expect for tomorrow's Security Council meeting?
A debate.
Yeah. Well, simple and very diplomatic. And that's all from me.